Good morning, my dear class 8 students. We are dealing with the chapter 6 Squares and Square Roots. Now you know how to find the square root of a number and a decimal using prime factorization method and long division method. Today we will be using the prime factorization method to find a perfect square number that lies near to a non-perfect square number. Let's see the first question. For each of the following numbers, find the smallest whole number by which it should be multiplied so as to get a perfect square number. Also find the square root of the square number so obtained. So when you get a question like this, what you should see is, here you can see the word multiplied, isn't it? You should understand the important word here. Which is the important word? Multiplied. And smallest whole number. It is the smallest whole number. When you are asked about multiplication or division, you should use prime factorization method. Which method? Prime factorization method of finding square root if you are asked about multiplication and division. Students, I am stressing it because when addition and subtraction is asked, you will be using long division method. So, to clarify the difference between multiplication division problems and addition and subtraction problems, I am repeating it. Now, let's see the first question. 2028. 2028. If you are getting a question like this, first thing what you have to do is prime factorize the given number. Prime factorize the given number. You can see the prime factorization here. Now let's see. Here 2. If you divide 2028 by 2, you'll get 1014, divided by 2 507, divided by 3 169, divided by 13 13, 13 divided by 13 1. So the prime factorization of 2028 is 2 into 2 into 3 into 13 into 13. Students, tell me what was the condition that if you are given a number, how will you check whether it is a perfect square or not? If it is a perfect square, you will get the prime numbers in pairs, isn't it? You will get the prime numbers in pairs. Let's see here. Okay, 2 is having a pair, isn't it? And 13 is also having a pair. No problem with that. But what about 3? 3 is not having a pair. So you can say that 2028 is not a perfect square number. Isn't it? So which will be the number to be multiplied? If you want to get the pair for 3, which number should you multiply? Of course, it is 3. If you want a pair for 3, you should multiply this number with 3. Then only you will get the pair of 3, isn't it? So, 2028 into 3 you will do. How did you get 3? The unpaired number here gives you the answer. So, which is the smallest whole number to be multiplied? It is 3. And which is the perfect square number near to 2028? It is 6084. How will you find the square root? Do you want to do the prime factorization again? No need, children. Don't sit and do the prime factorization of 6084. What you should do is just multiply. Here, if you multiply it with 3, again you will get a pair for 3, isn't it? So, 2 into 3 into 13. That will be the square root of 6084. Hope you understood this problem. Let us see the next problem. Here you have 1458. Again I have prime factorized it. Let us see which number is not having the pair. Here you can see 3 is having a pair. The next 3 is also having a pair. The third set of 3. So which is not having a pair? 2 is not having a pair. So which is the smallest whole number to be multiplied? The smallest whole number to be multiplied is 2. Now what is the next step? You will multiply 1458 into 2. That is 2916. This is the perfect square number just greater than 1458. Now how will you find the square root of 2916? Already you have 3 times, isn't it? 3. Here also 3. So what is the extra number that comes? It will be 2. So the square root of 2916 is equal to 3 into 3 into 3 into 2. That is 54. One more question. 1008. Here you can see the prime factorization of 1008. Now what is that? Let's see. Here 2 is having pair. Again the other 2 is also having a pair. 3 is having a pair. Now who is left alone? 7 is left alone. So which is the smallest whole number to be multiplied? The smallest whole number to be multiplied is 7. Clear? So what is the prime square root of 7056? It is 2 into 2 into 3 into 7. That is 84. Hope you got this. Now, for each of the following numbers, find the smallest whole number by which it should be divided. Students, did you see the word here? Divided. Now, you don't have much difference from the previous questions discussed. The same steps you are following here also. Prime factorize the number and find the odd one out. Find the odd one out. Here 2 is having pair. 3 is also having pair. So who is the odd one out? 7. 7 is the smallest whole number to be divided. So instead of multiplying, you will divide the number given to you by 7. So what is the answer? 36. Can you tell me what is the square root of 36? The square root of 36 is equal to 6. So if you are asked to find the square root of the number is 6. Next question. 2925. First, what will you do? Prime factorize the given number, then find the odd one out, then divide the given number by the odd number. That is 13. Here 2925 is the given question. You found the odd number is 13 divided 2925 divided by 13. It's equal to 225. Now how will you find the square root of 225? So students, if you divide it by 13, what happens is this step will go. Okay. So what is the square root of 225? Here this is a pair and this is the next pair. So what is the answer? 3 into 5. 15 will be the square root of 225. Here you have the question 396. I didn't show you the prime factorization. The prime factorization is 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 11. So tell me which is the odd number here. The odd one out is 11. 396 divided by 11 is 36. So what happens? Root of 36 is 6. So this two concept is the main topic dealt today. That is, find the smallest number which is to be multiplied and find the smallest number which should be divided from the given number. So learn the concepts clearly, attempt the review test and send your papers. Thank you. Have a nice day.